So with this lobster we've chosen a nice rich red in colour, because the colour is very important. Some of them may be very light orange, but we've chosen this one because it looks good. Make sure it's all intact and it's all looking good and has all its feelers. First thing we do, very gently slip a knife just behind the head and run it around, and that'll just loosen all the meat off that. We just gently run our knife around, not putting much weight on that at all. And we'll go underneath, and again just up against the head. Run the knife around like such. That should loosen all the meat up nicely. And then we give it a little twist each way, and then you'll see it'll just come straight out like that, presto. And you'll see there's lots of nasty guts in the head. So we'll give that a nice rinse out and place that headpiece aside for our presentation. Make sure it's nicely washed. And that's our head ready to go. So what we do with this is we just pull off the little bits and pieces on the bottom so we can open up that underbelly. And with a pair of scissors, very carefully, just snip along the bottom like such. Then we snip along the other side. And once we've done that snipping, that will just lift straight off. And we carefully pull that off, keeping the tail intact. Then you'll find you can gently ease that whole nice piece of meat out, keeping the shell nicely intact for our presentation. Give it a twist, and there you go. Lovely intact piece of meat. That's our tail. So again, we'll give the tail a quick rinse, make sure there's no nasty bits on there. And then coming back over to our board, you'll see that now we can slot that back in there. And we're going to boost it up and give it a nice bit of height, and that'll be ready for our presentation platter. So that we've got our lovely piece of lobster meat here, what we're going to do is cut it on a bit of an angle. So you want to angle your knife down, that way you're making the discs of lobster look bigger, because if you were to cut it straight down this way, it wouldn't look as presentable. So the first thing we'll do is just move the head part, and now we're going through the tail of the meat. See how we're cutting on a real angle, making that look a lot bigger. Okay, so we've got that. Now we'll go back to the head piece and we'll just chop it up a little bit. Now the good thing at Textachef is that when you're the chef, you quite often get little bits left over for quality control. So we'll put those aside for the quality controller, and the rest is ready to put on our platter, which we'll start to build now.